Dr. Alanna O'Malley, who is an associate professor and former chair of UN Studies in Peace and Justice at Leiden University. Alanna, thank you so much for your time. Do you feel as if there's been a slight overreaction from those countries that have paused their funding for this UN agency? I mean, look, for example, if there was some corruption in, well, pick any cabinet in the Western world, you wouldn't blackball the entire government of that country.
I think there's been an extremely strong reaction, and I think a lot of governments are very cautious about this because, of course, there's been widespread condemnation of the Hamas attacks. But if we look at the scale of this, we're talking about what we know so far is 12 UNRWA employees, and the suspension of funding is going to affect so many people in the Gaza Strip because of the wide range of the UNRWA activities. So this is a very strong reaction by Western powers. It's mostly by Western powers. If we look at the states who yesterday announced the withdrawal and the suspension of funding, they're mostly in the West. And really, it is a very strong overreaction given the scale of the humanitarian crisis. It's certainly possible for them to condemn the Hamas attacks, to really call for the removal of anybody at UNRWA or any of the UN agencies that is in any way associated with that act of terrorism or other acts of terrorism, and still to maintain their support for the humanitarian work that UNRWA does. There should be a clear division between these objectives. So yes, this is a very strong overreaction by many governments.
Since the ruling, the temporary ruling and the provisional measures announced by the International Court of Justice in The Hague, some of which the directives were really quite specific. Make sure that the group doesn't come to harm, quoting the Genocide Convention, the group in this issue being the Palestinians. Since then, have you seen any modification to Israel's military actions that may suggest it's heeding what the ICJ has warned?
Well, we have to remember that these provisional orders were really just released on Friday, and we're not even a week out from that yet. And what we hope will happen with the implementation of these orders is not just a suspension or hopefully a reduction of the Israeli military campaign, but also pressure building up on Israel from its allies. So we may need a few more days, or maybe even weeks for that to happen. It's of course also important to remember that Israel must report its progress on the implementation of these measures to the court within 1 month. So we can expect that something will take place soon. We haven't seen yet a great reduction from Israel, despite the fact that actually in the court they argued that they were already reducing their military campaign. That clearly is not the case. But I think what we can see is there will be, and there is currently, I'm sure, increased pressure on Israel and on Israel's supporters to really consider the effects of continued support, not just on the humanitarian crisis, not just on the population of Gaza, but also on the wider political question of their duties as state parties under the Genocide Convention. And that's what's coming into play here also in the suspension of funding. We're seeing some questions being asked about what are the duties of states under the Genocide Convention when one state is clearly, or allegedly at least, really violating the conditions of life of one group. And so this is really where the debate might go now.
Alanna O'Malley, thank you so much indeed for your time.